All right, so if you got a Boston Whaler that currently looks like this, and you want it to look awesome like this with a super sport interior, just watch this video. I'll show you how to do it. All right, so first things first, you gotta decide how far forward or back you want this piece to go, since this dictates where everything else goes. On my boat, this piece is 27 inches from this point to this point. Now you can move this forward or backwards, whatever makes you feel happy. You want a little more room in the front, more room for the gas tanks in the back, slide it back and forth. This boat, 27 inches, fits perfectly, looks good. So this is where we start. I've got the first piece of the console in, and this will dictate how the rest of the boat gets put together. Again, this is 27 inches backwards, and it fits perfectly for me. Next up is the driver's seat. You put this bench in, there's a slot in the first piece that'll dictate where it goes. Slide that into place. Next up is the port side, which will lock in the driver's bench. This will lock the whole bench into place. But remember, when you're adding this in, to measure back from the front the same distance as the starboard side. Also, you can see here I'm caulking all of the holes that we have in the boat. It's always a great idea to use any kind of sealant just to make sure any screws that you're putting through the side of the boat don't allow for any additional water intrusion. All right, from here we go to the backing for the front seat. This should slide right into place. Again, just give it a little tap here and there and it should slide right down. This one has about 4 screws on it. I do one on each side. Make sure you're got it lined up properly before you move on. All right, now we head to the center console. First things first is you've got to make sure you got something that you can screw into. I've got this little platform here, and the best way to do this is to tape off the area, because you need to add a lot of sealant here. A lot of boats start rotting on the bottom of this piece of wood, so the more sealant you can add on here, the better. In the long run, if you do this right, it'll seal up the wood and it'll keep it looking better for years to come. All right, once you've got a healthy coat of that on there, take the piece, line up the screws. Once you have this piece lined up, just drill it in and you're good to go. Once you're done with that, wipe off the excess sealant, take off the tape, and it should have a really nice bead there. And there you go, voila. Okay, now it's starting to look like a boat. Next up, you put in the actual steering components for the center console itself. Now, I have my steering cable pre-rigged, so I need to get it set up, and I will put in the steering component first. As you can see, it's not that hard to do. This is also where I keep my battery. That helps me a lot with keeping the battery dry. And it also keeps just a little bit more of the weight forward on these boats. Really makes a big difference. If you take your time and make a battery holder right there, it really works out pretty well. Once you've got that in place, just lift it up over there. I would start by screwing the inside in first, like I'm showing you here. Set up the distance, one screw on the inside, one on the outside, making sure your spacing is right, and slowly go around the whole unit and put every screw in that's needed there. All the holes are pre-drilled, so it's pretty easy. Next is the front seat. Obviously, it just slides into place. Actually had to use a little rubber mallet at one point to get this to slide in, but it was pretty easy. And to top it off in the front of the boat, in goes the front hatch cover. Next is a storage bin that you slide between the front seat and the backboard there. Pretty simple, all the screws are available in the kit, so that works out. Followed up by putting in the cover for the bin. The cover has 3 individual hinges, they're all stainless steel. Really easy to install. You're buying the kit from Specialty Marine. Everything is pre-drilled, so it's really hard not to get it exactly where it needs to go. So just line them up, take your time doing it, get each one fit in, and slide it into place. It works pretty well. Once it's lined up, just screw the hinges into the back of the front seat, and there you have it. Easy peasy. A Okay, once everything's in place, you can go around, just make sure that all the last screws are in place. They give you plenty of screws in the kit. And here you go. That's the Super Sport interior from Specialty Marine. I think it's the best looking. And if you want to get it, there's a link to their website here, and use my discount code to get 5% off any purchase from Specialty Marine. And thanks again for watching.